你點判斷個遊戲有冇聲？我想去攞埋 Scarlet 嗰個，你幾多點先？12點。睇下點做，攞埋 Scarlet 嗰個寶藏。係咯，呢度咯。過咗橋，沿住個湖西邊走。我唔知佢個 X 號係咩嚟？呢度。呢度附近有間屋仔，我諗緊喺今日到聽日為止可以做啲咩任務咧？我聽日就賽馬。Steal 抌低咗喺地下冇執到佢哋，做乜鬼嘢？呢個係有人命嘅呢把劍，佢冇 steal 嗰個。冇 steal 嗰啲嗰個 flag。有一大堆人喺度打鬥，每次都會重生㗎嘛。係咪依條橋嚟？因為湖其實好細嘅啫，而家喺度應該。X 型。 普通石頭嚟嘅咁。好多木材，好多木頭，唔係幾好嚟嘅呢堆。邊度有個 X 嘅符號咧？無從判斷嘅喎，呢個係。仲要個能見度仲要咁鬼差。跌落河啦！呢度應該係湖嚟嘅咯，已經行到。
I should turn back before Sir Radzig starts thinking I ran off.
What the fuck？ 吓，去唔到呢度北邊。Really？ 我直頭去唔到嗰個湖度嘅。個 X 係咪咁？個 X 係咪咁解嘅？又唔知行幾多百米揾間屋，至少係間屋嚟嘅。至少間屋冇地下一個冇咁難揾嘅。要研究下喺邊先。諗下睇邊度？乜唔存在嘅話，我係唔知我個位置。呢間唔係屋嚟嘅，都係唔俾我走嘅。見到啦。有鹿。我懷疑間屋喺呢堆樹後面，因為好似好多嘢都係收埋，好多時啲 treasure point 都係收埋喺啲樹度，係咯。我要睇清楚我對鞋，88，好貴嘅對鞋。啲高級皮鞋嚟，可以當係，解到。係咪就係呢嚿啦？ 呢個 durability 高好多，而且個 charisma 唔係差太遠。我 charisma 20。呢個最重點解點解防禦力咁鬼低？理解不能。pickpocketing。The Rule of Saint Nicholas 同 pickpocketing 有咩關係？好玄妙啊！呢個係未做，我做唔做呢個好咧？順路喎，其實超順路喎呢度。都係遠嘅。呢嚿嘢如果你一早知嘅話係，如果你一早知嘅話係一早可以執呢堆嘢，有頭骨喺度。冇執過咩？呢個嘢係 Teresa 過嚟執過之前。點解啲人收復 Scarlet 先呢？收復 Scarlet 先收復嗰條爛村啊 ！Scarlet 仲有個礦，係點行嘅先條路？ 手邊，右手邊。OK， 打劫啊！打劫啊！冇見到人，可以同佢打嘅其實。呢個唔係 accident 嚟嘅，隻狗叫嗰陣係咪警告緊我？我有學過技能。呢條村比 Scarlet 爛得更犀利咯，我覺得。我喺度揾咩啊？我諗緊之前未偷完嗰啲係咪我而家偷㗎？我覺得之前打仗嗰陣洗刮完嘅啦，已經。揾一揾模仿，揾一揾模仿，係驚裝唔晒啫。點解唔揾人守住呢個地方咧？我嗰千幾支錢，我應該仲喺度嘅。OK， 哇！淨係呢度都幾 kg 咁多，我覺得。哇！好鬼多嘢喎，大佬。我隻馬有250度啊。哇！送啊呢啲，有冇係咪 update 咗？120。Alright， 暫時收藏呢堆嘢先。我覺得有用啲，咁以後唔使再犯賤嘅問題。我覺得冇可能得晒千幾支，平時都係幾十支咁帶住，都幾乎冇消耗過。啲平價嘢唔好攞。最多嘢喺呢度，點解仲係100嘅？理解不啦。 3191 ，OK。9呢隊唔攞啦，14點，差1比50以上先攞啊，基本上係。呢個有1比50啊，已經1比80，1比40，呢個1比80都有。呢兩個完全唔值錢，又好鬼重。呢個除開幾多？40度我覺得。兩把冇一樣，暫時係咁先。我突然發現我冇睇到嗰個招工嗰條友嗰封信添，我應該睇一睇嘅其實。我應該睇一睇，等等。應該撈去邊度？穿越時空翻去睇出，好似好耐之前嘅事。OK， 買 DAT。我應該同 Sir Russell 講嘢之前睇咗呢封信，咁我就知道 Sasa 啦。我之前一直都諗緊 Sasa 到底同成件事有咩關係？原來係咁。係咁。 翻嚟現實，翻嚟現實。好鬼多蘋果，0.3一個。
Look what I've got for you.
呢啲咪敵人嚟嘅。敵人嚟嘅呢堆。我好似冇爬過上頂之前，係個劇情爬過上去打啦。呢度係 Arctic 嚟嘅，其實個教堂嗰個頂喺度。OK， 原來個景觀咁好嘅呢度。嗱，嗰度係咩人嚟嘅？係咪敵人嚟嘅先 ？Game saved， 我覺得要打，冇事啊 ！Bandits， 冇人見到我啊。
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you?
So Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to Parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own. So I'd think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
Let him go, right now. Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh? We'll be on our way then, quietly. That fella's in the tent over there.
咁簡單嘅。嘴炮成功。啊！理解唔到，佢為咗唔想激嬲 Henry， 全部人離開晒呢個地方，好唔合理嘅成件事。可以偷嘅都偷晒。 480，冇搞錯。零。咁平嘅呢個嘢，咁鬼廢嘅呢把狼術，咁鬼廢嘅呢把嘢，1比40啊！我攞嚟玩下，我記得其實係有嘅，但係 OK。
Help me. Hey. Psst. Help. Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you. And it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Scalitz.
My name is Marion Beeler, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
可唔可以俾我偷埋啲嘢先？
Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
呢個城市規劃史嚟，基本上係。
The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though. There's at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
佢知道呢啲草叢係可以穿過嘅，黐條線。我係唔會知嘅。
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here. Main approach road and the stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
Okay.
Supplies and trade will flow through here.
我哋着一着地對鞋先。講，仲有好多任務要做喺翻落 Rotan 之前，喺北邊好鬼多任務做。
I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
荒廢咗好多年嘅村。
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream. Lots of space here. There's a well here already. All the better.
好正常啊，有個井，因為以前係有人住嘅，幾廿年前，幾廿年有可能會俾啲泥土。
Space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn.
OK， 幾廿年有機會俾啲泥土覆翻住嘅，其實。
That's that then. most essential surveying is done.
What now？ 有地圖嘅呢個地方。森林中嘅村，其實距離 Timber 都幾遠下，遠過 Scarlet 去 Rovna 好多咯。
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it. Which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Well, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure on them and they took to their heels.
You were outnumbered and you scared them off?
Ah, they were greenhorns. I think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square. In particular, more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
But rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I think you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors, more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honour. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, And you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rete bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
Right turn，又有得玩。冇得睇嘅呢個。係咪嚟嘅先？去唔到喎，我聽日要賽馬喎，去唔到啊！Holy Roman Empire。好長啊喂！查呢個任務先。A friend indeed。好似係 timed quest 嚟嘅而家。 This quest is time critical and will fail after a few days. 頂。頂。救命啊！真係一定要跑落去啦！今日都得嘅，來回都係好少時間啫，係得個煩字啦，來回跑。好鬼遠啊！呢啲唔做住咯。冇寫嘢，奇怪。At noon tomorrow， 我可能可以賽完跑，跟住跑去 Rata 度打個 tournament， 好鬼癲。而家應該強迫，呢個唔使理住咯。喺邊嘅呢條友？幾廿個人都係 Rata， 而家大部分嘢喺 Rata 做呢個先優先。可以去問下 Captain 嘅。冇限時啊嘛。去 Timber 一下先，擺低啲貨。又要跑，我諗要10幾分鐘我先落到 Rata， 呢個最北邊嚟嘅呢度幾乎。有時間啫，1點50分。2點之後先去到Rata，計埋中間交任務嗰啲嘢。呢度跑去 Timber， 我諗2分幾鐘，我諗都可能冇2分鐘。我都覺得係時候開翻個 Fast Travel 出嚟用。已經探索完啦呢個世界，唔使再開，唔使再騎馬自己，啱啱嘅呢條路。哇！超過2分鐘，跑去 Timber。好遠啊！救命啊！佢遊戲係設計 fast travel 俾你用嘅，係咯。呢個唔係遊戲設計嘅問題，係我自己裝個 mod 嘅問題。
Greetings, Henry.
佢坐喺度。佢一定坐右手邊嘅喎。
God be with you.
I've been sent by Captain Bernard. He says you have Cuma marauders here.
Ah, so it was you Bernard was speaking of. Well, the Cumans are marauding, that's for sure. Sir Divish did declare a decent reward for taking the bastards down. But we've not had cause to pay out to anyone so far.
Is that because the locals are too frightened?
No, they're more than willing to try. It's just they don't seem to make it back again. But don't let me put you off. We do know of one camp. Along the road to Neuhof, hidden between the cliffs. I'll pay you your reward if you can bring me proof you've killed the camp leader. They wear peculiar helmets with a face mask of sorts. Easy to recognize.
All right, I'll see to it. I'd like to get better at fighting with a mace.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skills to hone.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot? Are we agreed?
You're a right pinch purse.
都唔係中間嚟嘅。
Agreed. Now, listen up. May the Lord watch over you.
我冇理由喺 Deliverance 面前同阿 Stephanie 調情嘅。我唔知同佢講嘢會發生咩事。咁少點？喂，係咪真嘅？唔太相信。
God save. Can I help you with anything? Good luck then.
Yeah. Yeah.
好似唔係呢條路。
Yeah.
兩粒嚇，我有咁多嘅。呢啲唔使，咁呢啲唔使要。 我重好多嘅呢件。Charisma 高啲，但係都重3磅咯。好難揀啊！呢個嘅 Charisma 仲高過呢個咁唔使流嘅嗰個。越嚟越多武器。
Look what I've got you.
At my humble.
How are the...
Ah.
咁鬼平嘅麵包。
I'd like to just...
Well...
Since it's you...
Yeah, that's too much.
I'll go for that.
我咪唔記得將啲箭擺翻佢。千幾支箭。點解咁重嘅個身長嘢？理解唔到。係個 charisma 低啲啫，呢個都係 charisma 低啲。呢個係我純粹覺得下面呢件靚啲咯，呢一件就，但係呢件好明顯係耐用啲嘅，有 durability。我覺得低啲 charisma 都得，其實。因為 durability 低過佢，理解不能。係唔係幾好睇？現代人眼光。做乜嘢佢哋好似我好似見過佢，其實。一日做好鬼多嘢。我今日係點過嘅？ 我由 Rata 跑到嚟 Temper， 由 Rata 跑到嚟 Temper， 跟住去交咗幾個任務，跟住去捉嗰個騎士，去做嗰個主線任務，跟住走咗去 Scarlet 尋寶，跟住走咗去，跟住走翻去嗰條村，係啦，就係頭先嗰個任務咯。跟住而家就要即刻趕，而家要即刻趕朋友嘅嗰兩個朋友嘅任務啦。揾翻條路添，改邊？少少好奇，佢可能有賣書嘅，賣啲 alchemy 嘅書可能。我應該要睇晒全部人買咩，跟住有書就買晒翻嚟睇。
Good health to you. God be with you.
會唔會平啲嘅咧？冇技能書喎，其實。我諗遲早做啲任務都會送咗唔少嘢俾我嘅，其實41蚊。Head food 係咩？By 5。我諗高難度模式就要用呢堆嘢。我諗緊會唔會跑到落去 Rata 嗰度？跑落去 Rata 太遠啦，實在。已經嚟到呢度嘅，其實落去 Rata 都唔係差好多路。
Greetings, Henry.
Are you happy here?
It's not worth a damn. If I had any choice, you wouldn't see my heels for dust.
So what's happened? Did you two get yourselves into trouble?
A fine friend you are, assuming it's our own bloody fault.
Oh, come on. You know what you two are like. I had to ask.
Well, perhaps with that mug. But now, the foreman's got it in for us. If he could, he'd skin us alive.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like.
We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working in a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us because of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
God be with you.
Glad to fucking see you, Henry.
Matthew told me your foreman's a fool, and you're not exactly filled with Christian love for him.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard. And arrogant. You should see how he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew going to see her. But it's Thomas who's the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the play's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could...
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it.
God be with you.
又想點啊你哋？好鬼嘈啊！你真係。
Jesus Christ be praised.
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
It's good they have someone to look out for them. Lawrence from Budine sends word that he has some time at night and some groschen.
Lawrence from Budine. The Wren. You had dealings with the miller Peshek.
Ah, you have it all mixed up. Peshek is from the Ratai mill.
You're right. I do have it mixed up. And Lawrence, you say?
Ah, the Wren, of course.
Ah, I must have misheard you. Yes, I'll definitely stop by. God be with you.
睇下攻略先。好似好容易答錯。布甸廟喺邊？ 黐撚線呢個任務。
My respects to you.
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes, yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
I've heard.
I don't know what I'd do without Thomas. He keeps an eye on everything for me now. The mill wouldn't function without him.
Thomas has problems with carpentry.
You're right. You should hear him cursing when he has to turn his hand to it. He knows he'll never be a real miller.
What, just because of that?
No. He's not too skilled at handling the water wheel and the mill run either. He can wield a shovel well enough, but otherwise I have to keep telling him how to do things.
So he's not been foreman too long then?
No. My son used to run the mill, but then his wagon overturned with him inside it. It'll be a year ago now, come spring.
I'm sorry.
Me too, boy. And after Martin was gone, the other workers left and only Thomas stayed. I don't know what I'd do without him.
What happened that day? Wagons don't overturn themselves.
He was transporting new stone blocks for the mill and he had to take a detour. Since the wagon was too heavy for the ford, it was after a downpour. The load must have slipped and the whole wagon fell on him. I pray it was quick.
So he was alone, with no one to help him?
Of course not. Thomas was there too. He helped Martin to load the wagon in Sasau and both of them set off back.
Just the two of them? No one else was there?
No, they always did it that way. Martin didn't like dragging people where it wasn't necessary, when they could be doing work elsewhere. But if I had been there with them, maybe he'd still be alive. Thomas couldn't pull the wagon off him. He ran for help, but it was already too late.
I'm sorry. But I'm sure he's in God's kingdom now.
He was a good boy, a kind soul.
That's all I need.
Good luck to you.
我諗緊做佢有幾個解法。頭兩個解法就用佢朋友嘅方法係比較簡單。後面嗰堆係黐晒線。後面係講晒全個魔方嘅故事出嚟，係黐晒線。就係同佢講嘢先。我諗緊我想做點。我完全諗唔到有條路線係解全個魔方嘅故事嘅，黐撚線。即係你跟佢朋友嗰啲提議都得嘅，即係解決佢朋友嘅問題咁就完咯個任務係。
God save you. What can I do for you?
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
I've heard.
I don't know what I'd do without Thomas. He keeps an eye on everything for me now. The mill wouldn't function without him.
Yeah, but Thomas has problems with carpentry.
You're right. You should hear him cursing when he has to turn his hand to it. He knows he'll never be a real miller.
Well, just because of that?
No. He's not too skilled at handling the water wheel and the mill run either. He can wield a shovel well enough, but otherwise I have to keep telling him how to do things.
So he's not been foreman too long then?
No. My son used to run the mill, but then his wagon overturned with him inside it. It'll be a year ago now, come spring.
I'm sorry.
Me too, boy. And after Martin was gone, the other workers left and only Thomas stayed. I don't know what I'd do without him.
What happened that day? Wagons don't overturn themselves.
He was transporting new stone blocks for the mill and he had to take a detour. Since the wagon was too heavy for the ford, it was after a downpour. The load must have slipped and the whole wagon fell on him. I pray it was quick.
So he was alone, with no one to help him?
Of course not. Thomas was there too. He helped Martin to load the wagon in Sasau, and both of them set off back.
Just the two of them? No one else was there?
No, they always did it that way. Martin didn't like dragging people where it wasn't necessary, when they could be doing work elsewhere. But if I had been there with them, maybe he'd still be alive. Thomas couldn't pull the wagon off him. He ran for help, but it was already too late.
I'm sorry. But I'm sure he's in God's kingdom now.
He was a good boy, a kind soul.
Have you been without carpenters for a while?
A long time. Since winter, it's been just me and Thomas.
Nobody stays around?
No. These days, it's hard to find a man you can rely on. Young lads today are bone idle. None of them wants to do an honest day's work.
And how many have actually worked here?
About half a dozen, maybe more. We always put up with them till the most urgent work was done, then sent them packing.
And what about Jane? Shouldn't she have a husband by now?
What are you trying to say?
A pretty girl like her is ripe for marriage.
With a large dowry because she comes from a mill? Well, she had herself a man once, but he ran away during the winter. He wasn't up to the work either.
And how long did he last?
You know, he was here for a while. But back then my son was a foreman and he was a kindly soul. Too kind. He never threw anyone out.
So everyone started leaving when Thomas took over?
Well, Thomas is a dog on slackers. And just as well. Maybe it's harsh, but that's what you need nowadays. If we don't mill, folk don't eat.
So, the moment Thomas became mill foreman, everyone started running off. Not one man could stand it here, even if they had a chance to marry Jane. Don't you think Thomas might be doing it on purpose? Sounds to me like he's after the mill, or your daughter, or both.
That's not like him. He's a good man and straightforward. He knows I can always send for a new mill foreman.
And Jane...
Don't worry about her. She'll wed whoever I approve of. Even Thomas, if he asks for her hand. At least with him, I know he won't leave the mill.
Indeed, why would he, once he's got rid of everyone else?
That's enough. I don't know why you're trying to slander Thomas, but I don't mean to listen to it any longer. Good luck to you.
I heard what you asked my father. You can't expect help from him. He's none too sharp these days.
And can you help him?
No. Nobody listens to me. But I wanted to say that Thomas does do it on purpose. He did it the same way before.
Why?
Because he's afraid if someone comes who's more skilled, Father will notice and give his job to the newcomer.
And your father lets him? Can't he settle?
He probably could, but he doesn't want to. My brother was the mill foreman before him, but last year a wagon overturned on him, broke his back. It broke my father too. And Thomas was here the longest. He was always close to my brother, so Father chose him as the mill foreman.
And Thomas doesn't listen to anyone. Can't you persuade him?
No. He keeps looking my way and tries to be nice, but he doesn't care what I've got to say. When I tell him something, it goes in one ear and out the other.
And this probably won't end well. And what happened to your brother?
And what does that have to do with this?
I don't know. You mentioned it, so I was just wondering.
There's not much to tell. A stone block that was loaded wrong, slippery ground after rain, and when the wagon overturned on him, there was no one around to help.
What do you mean, no one? Surely he wasn't alone.
No, he had Thomas with him. But Thomas couldn't lift the wagon off him, and by the time he found help it was too late. And as if that wasn't bad enough, someone robbed my brother while Thomas was looking for help.
Someone robbed him after he was dead?
I don't know. But they took a mottled scarf which I gave him as a keepsake. He laughed when I gave it to him. He said it would make him look like a fop, but he still wore it all the time. And someone must have thought it was worth stealing.
But who'd steal a scarf?
Why are you asking me? When they brought him back here, he didn't have it. That's all I know.
I'm sorry about what happened to him.
Me too. But it was his own fault. He'd brought more people with him. He'd still be alive. He was too kind for his own good.
I understand.
由佢嘅朋友嘅故事變咗做火方嘅故事呢部分。 跟住點啊？要等到夜晚，唉。
There's the... Look what you're...
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
It's good they have someone to look out for them.
依家係幾條路線撈埋一齊。
I heard you were with the miller's son when the wagon fell on him.
What of it?
I just heard some talk and I wanted to get the story straight from you.
Talk? From who?
I heard some gossip about it at the alehouse. What happened? Was it really lightning that scared the horses?
What? No, there wasn't any storm. It was just the road was muddy, and so we rode closer to the edge of it.
It's a real stroke of bad luck, isn't it?
Tell me about it. If I'd been behind the wagon, it would have fallen on me too.
Why did only 2 of you go?
He always did it that way. 2 people are enough for the trip, and if we needed an extra pair of hands, we could always find some local.
Except at the end. If there had been more of you, he might have survived.
Do you think I don't know that? I couldn't move the wagon on my own, so I went looking for help. We'd met a few travelers along the way, and I ran to find them, but it was too late. The weight of it crushed him while I was gone.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Me too. I didn't want to be the mill foreman, but the last thing he ever said to me, the very last thing he ever asked of me, was to take care of the mill.
And I heard someone robbed him.
Robbed? What kind of nonsense is that?
I heard he was missing something when they brought him back.
What? I don't remember anything.
He had a scarf with him.
Really? I don't know. Maybe he lost it on the way. Or it sank into the mud. Yes, that's probably it. It's still buried there somewhere.
Well, I hope he's resting in peace.
Amen. Good luck to you.
好 Q 複雜呢個任務。好複雜啊！ OK。OK。好多嘢頭啊，大佬。好多嘢頭啊，大佬。好彩佢坐低咗，完全唔喐啫，黐條線，偷晒佢全身啲嘢都冇發覺。咩色仔嚟嘅對？Unpopular， 廢嘅呢堆嘢。可以即日解決咁樣，唔使等到夜晚，係嘛
God watch over you, good knight, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
You're probably interested in what Thomas was hiding, aren't you?
I certainly am interested, especially in how you came to know.
I saw it as it fell out of his pouch, and
Show it to me.
isn't this your brother's scarf?
That's it. Where did you get it?
As I said, Thomas had it.
He did? And what did he have to say about that?
Nothing. I came straight to you.
Oh. I suppose I'll have to decide what to do about it. But I'm grateful you brought this, and maybe... Never mind.
What is it?
I was thinking you could go to him and tell him I have the scarf. But I think I'll handle it another way.
As you wish. I'll go then.
Take care.
又翻返轉頭嘅佢。
Did I tell you about my wife's license?
No, I didn't know she did that.
She only started not long ago. Always in the evening while there's still a bit of light, she sits down and gets on with it. And she's quite deft at it by now.
I'm not surprised. Betty was always good with her hands.
You're right there. Anyway, I showed a couple of pieces she made last time to old Fonda from Tabor, the one I buy goods from. And he said right away he'll take them. And how much do I want for them?
Well, now.
I was surprised myself, but
變咗兩個村民嘅閒偈，北嚟嘅喎呢個係。
high price. And he says, that's fine. And started counting out the coin there and then.
Just like that.
北嚟嘅喎呢個係。
What I heard about him, he's a right skinflint. And what did Betty have to say?
She was well pleased, as you can imagine. Even more when I told her Sonda will take everything she makes.
That's great. A bit of extra coin never hurts.
北嚟嘅喎呢個係。走啦你，走啦你，黐線。 個雞啊！
How are you, Henry?
Greetings, Henry.
係幾靚仔嘅 Matthew。
Problem solved. He won't bother you again.
Really? How'd you pull it off?
I found out he has a soft spot, and I gave it a good poke.
I'd love to know what you found out about him.
It doesn't matter. But it was enough for him to pack his things and disappear.
Jesus, it must have been something terrible. So he's really gone?
Yes. Now it's just you, so try not to misbehave.
You know us. We'd never do that. Thank you kindly, Henry. We owe you again. Here, it's not much, but it's all we have. See you later.
Glad to fucking see you, Henry. Take care.
完成。我諗緊落唔落去交任務啦，而家好遠啊，大佬，幾個地方都好遠啊。其實好早做2點鐘，一日做好鬼多嘢，將個時間拉長咗啲。佢哋好奇，我都好奇嗰啲人有冇多啲嘢講。睇下啲人有冇嘢講先。講嘢嘅佢。個女咧都唔講嘢。Fine。由南跑翻去北，由北跑翻去南。車幾好笑。Teresa 唔幫我補鞋嘅，我都係稍微查一查佢嗰堆任務係有冇一個係計時嘅先。我諗我應該係買咗，佢個。買咗啲補鞋工具先，買多幾份。你哋應該開工㗎喎。 Come on.
Good health to you. Goodbye.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
Agree?
It'll take more than that to persuade me.
Satisfied?
Well, now, a little more and we'll shake on it.
Well, that's a decent price.
佢條變乾淨。直接成個消失咗，黐啦！成個消失咗。charisma 就唔係差好遠嚟嘅。我覺得佢應該跑到唔馬術練封咗頂已經，馬術封咗頂。馬色仔啫，差唔多有個最強組合。
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
Want to try your luck? Dice?
賺好少錢嘅做變真。
Take care.
我諗快過射箭嘅。已經近乎無敵嘅呢個組合。
George guide my hand.
據我所知。
Oh, come on. It's time I had a throw. This'll be the one. Now I'm for the chalk. Christ, they're falling your way and no mistake. We'll see. Hmm.
一粒你都斬，等死啊你！OK，
That's it. This'll be the one. Finished. We'll see. No luck tonight.
好慘啊！呢個人。
I shouldn't have pushed it.
廢色嚟㗎喎，佢手上佢係。
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything. Good game. You deserve it.
God's blessings. Good luck then.
一平到賣出去都冇用呢堆嘢。要賣啲修理嘅物品。
I hope I... See you later.
有嘅。有冇呢本書？應該冇啩。兩個都係 small 嘅。
Let's have a word about the... Is this enough?
More.
More.
You're flaying me here.
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
That's a sum I can live with.
3個任務啦嚇。
Here you are. Thanks for everything.
Good afternoon.
我唔覺得佢有輸身上，
Good luck then.
冇咩特別。呢個係值得買嘅，其實加能量直接。
I'd like to... Is this enough?
That's not enough.
I knew we'd come to an arrangement.
遠升，走啊！走啊！
God save you. Take care now.
我佢乜都有買。我有冇呢本嘢到底？打 strength 已經爆，佢 strength 係滿㗎嘛，幾中？好似有呢本嘢。
Let's talk about the...
Well...
Is this enough? I knew we'd come to an...
On me, a poor wretch. Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.
Russie? Sir Russie?
Come on up and take a look.
Russie 喺邊度？
I've got everything you need. Day or night, home or at
You're
work.
supposed to cure what ails you. Come, people.
睇剩翻幾多錢先啊？
Good health. Goodbye.
Let's talk about...
Well, we...
What do you say to this?
That's a poor offer.
What do you say to this?
Well, a little more and we'll shake on it.
I'll go for that.
My respects to you. See you later. See you later.
貴價貨嚟嘅呢嚿都係，好 Q 貴。我有幾多錢？
Can we do something about the price?
All right, so.
What do you say to this?
That's not enough.
Not enough。俾多10蚊你。
This is a waste of time.
我都未用 final offer。好彩有 save 啫。
I'm at. May the Lord watch over you.
Let's have a word.
Wow.
What about this?
而家有彈，
That's not enough.
頭先冇彈噶嘛？頭先應該冇彈噶嘛？都未爆嗰條巴。
Oh, that's a decent price.
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
冇錢。
Again?
See you later.
Let's talk about the price.
All right, so.
Agree?
That's a poor offer.
爆未嘅？
My last offer.
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
爆未嘅？
That's a sum I can live with.
我係 energy 太低，所以好似個 speech 降低咗啲。
Good. Nope. Yep.
交任務。 Bailiff 喺中文叫咩啊？其實都係類似啲市長嗰類職位嘅嘢，不過我唔知中文點叫。執達利，唔係，定係係咪咁叫？有冇串錯字啊？係，真係冇串錯。執達利，同法庭有關嘅喎。Manager, overseer, or custodian, a legal officer to whom some degree of authority or jurisdiction is given. 中文係譯執達利，好似唔係一個統稱喎呢個。執達利似，我感覺上係同啲法律有關嘅嘢，唔似呢條友。
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
See you later.
俾邊封信。
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
The very same.
So it's true then. Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. Take care.
今日樓去邊啊？你唔好同我瞬移咗上。今日浪冇喐過啦，我個人。呢個樓梯個結構好神奇喎。
Garlic, carrot, beetroot, onion, all that grows in the ground, fresh. Come right up.
Okay. 有冇人過嚟嘅？我要等幾耐？我要等幾耐？隻狗。 好似係真係等緊啲人行過嚟。
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
冇反應嘅啲人係。哇！又要爬翻上去，黐撚線。係有個新任務喺度嘅。OK。我喺現代人嚟講，好難知道呢堆草係做乜鬼用。
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Aye, there could be something for you. Sir Anish is convening the Ratai tourney again at the Upper Castle. It's always a great occasion with duels all day long. You can still enroll tomorrow, if you think you're good enough.
Do you know if it...
Goodbye.
Yeah, DLC 嚟嘅，原來個 tournament 應該唔係添。
You, a stupid woman?
Oh, now.
That's the daftest thing I've heard today. When I think how you wiped the floor with a miller.
Oh, that was easy. He was talking utter nonsense.
Everyone believed him, though, until you put him in his place.
Even you?
Well, look. You're not a stupid woman, and I'm not the brightest star in the sky.
How are you, Henry?
That's a clever way of putting it. Will you come tomorrow? I have a new song from the peddler. We can give it a go.
I'll be there.
幾時先揾得翻把劍？ 老豆把劍，
Garden and field. 9.
唔係 run 身上咁係咩啊？研究下呢個 quest item 寫乜鬼嘢嘅先？呢份嘢定個應付法。OK， 下面應該喺上，有名嘅呢個人。乜會走嚟走去？應該同邊個人講？廚房嚟嘅叫。踢到。喂，我同緊人講嘢啊，做乜鬼嘢
Jesus Christ be praised. How may I serve you? Goodbye.
我諗住同佢講嘢咋，黐線食到爆晒。有少少好奇上面。上面道門開唔開到？應該開到嘅，而家要個開鎖技能，係俾唔俾人睇到嘅啫個問題。其實俾我參觀下。
Is someone there?
有人喺塔頂。同咩人講嘢喎？到底好難判斷喺邊度嘅，其實呢兩個。
Jesus Christ be praised.
And another thing. Have you met the local lord?
Sir Hanush? Of course. He's a jovial sort and doesn't know what fear is.
What about the captain of the garrison? What's he like?
Sir Bernard. A grouchy old bastard. He don't care much for us. I'd like to shove a stick up his arse. Or take out the one that's already there.
And Sir Hans Capon? Have you seen him?
Aye, I saw him. And for a young fellow, he was as drunk as... well, as a lord. Which he is, of course. All of this here belongs to him, so he can do as he damn well pleases. I reckon I'd do the same in his shoes.
Thanks.
Take care now.
唔知幾時啊？唔知幾時同佢講過嘢？1年前咯。偷書。擺翻啲嘢落去就唔算偷啦，係嘛？哦，喂！即係嚟睇一睇嘅啫。Rustic 喺度住。我幫你清下啲蜘蛛網。
I'm glad you're here, Henry.
What's happening, sir?
Uncle Sir Hanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear bashing about the error of my ways. And he said to bring you too.
Oh, Sakra. That doesn't sound good.
Indeed. I wonder what he wants to lecture me about this time. And you, because you're going with me.
All right. We should get going then, shouldn't we, Sir Hans? The sooner we get it over and done with, the better.
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. But I see it wasn't necessary. You look as smart as any courtier.
Thanks. I'll try my best.
So I see. But you can come and get those clothes later anyway. They're a little worn, but they're as fine as anything you'll get in the county.
我諗緊我係咪應該去瞓下覺？我嘅 energy 超低。哇！做咗好多嘢今日。 我係瞓完覺，跟住走咗去嗰條村度審犯，跟住又傳速翻嚟嗰一題，跟住再跑翻上去。
Well,
好似係咁。
my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone?
Uncle, my lord.
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulfrin of Camburg? That name is familiar.
He's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir. Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
係咪要即刻做？哇！咁鬼突然佢啲任務。可唔可以唔即刻做？唔係 time crash， 最重要係呢點啫。time。 我 energy 好低啊！
I can't find it anyway. If you didn't move so much, maybe you wouldn't keep losing your things.
Yeah.
169架唔重，我啲 honey 架唔重嚟。
Hey. Well, I never.
隻狗咧乜就在邊？
Look.
瞓多1個鐘唔會升高嘅 energy， 佢個 comfort 太低喎，可能。啊，果然係咁頂。唉。 喪心病狂簡直。 我又食爆咗啲嘢。唔能搞而家。突然有新任務，做唔做？做唔做得切啊？我今日做咗好鬼多嘢，唔知幾回事。我咪應該刪，我咪應該去翻之前個4 33、43，係有啲遠嘅，係有啲遠。哇！真係頂唔順，遲啲先。遲啲先。
Good day to you.
Have you... What? And... Thanks.
God be with you.唔使閂門呢個。而家個問題係，我啲任務去邊度交？我講嘢。
Greetings. What do you need? See you later.
冇嘢講。邊層樓啊？
Greetings. What do you need?
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. But this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. God be with you.
Master Fayfar, Sir Radzig sent me to you.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks suspicious.
Is that the yard next to the Skalitz mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a seam there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. Well, I'd say there's real grounds for your forebodings. I heard from one Skalitz miner that someone may have found something there and didn't report it.
I knew it. That bastard Nemoy and his cronies. Christ above. I want the lot of them clapped in irons.
The lot of them? How many are there? A dozen? 2 dozen? How am I to arrest them all?
Yes. You're quite right. It'll be enough to take Nemoy. He's a serpent leading the others on the path of evil.
So I should look in the mine, and if anyone's there and I find Nemoy, I should bring him to you in irons.
Exactly. But proceed with caution. The punishment for stealing the king's silver is burning at the stake. Those people will be capable of anything if cornered, even murder.
That's all clear. I'll get going.
Good luck then.
做完未啊？呢度啲嘢。好鬼忙喎！而家彈咗幾廿個任務出嚟。
God be with you.仲喺度，冇消失到。OK。我都唔知1個鐘定2個鐘。冇加過呢個 energy。The fuck？ 一個鐘啦。
玩咗幾耐啊？到底？